Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be briefly explaining JavaScript linting tools. What are JavaScript linting tools? They are basically JavaScript code quality tools that enables you to check for errors or mistakes in your JavaScript code or script. If you are using the brackets text editor, it comes baked in with two JavaScript linting tools. So it has JSLint and ESLint. They are both baked into the brackets text editor. So if you've got the brackets editor installed, you should have the JSLint and ESLint. They both basically do the same thing. They check for errors, but they do it in different ways. So they can check for things like syntax errors, or if your JavaScript code is not valid, it will highlight such errors. So once you've got your JavaScript file populated, or you've got some code on it, it is there behind the scene constantly scanning your JavaScript file for any errors, and it will highlight them in the error window within brackets. If you are a beginner programmer in JavaScript, using linting tools will help you become a better programmer, because it will help you catch a lot of common mistakes that will help you improve on your JavaScript code. If you're using brackets, you'll notice there will be an error screen here, and normally you will have a warning. So this warning basically will show you any errors you have or warnings. Warnings does not prevent your code from running. It will still run. It just highlights there are certain things that you could improve on. It doesn't necessarily, it's not a showstopper. It will not prevent your code from working, but it will help make your code more elegant. So you can see here, my ESLint has identified a problem with my JavaScript code. It's telling me here, it tells me line 1, which is this line 1 here. It's telling me there's an error that the document is not defined. Basically, what that means is that this document here has not been treated as a global object. So it thinks this document is a local variable. So with a global variable, you can access it from anywhere within the file. So it's thinking, JSLint is thinking that this document is not defined. So the way around it is to make this a global object, so that it can be accessed from anywhere within this page or document. So the way we do that, we just put a comment, a JavaScript comment on the top of the file. And what we do, we just do slash, and we do the word asterisk, and just type in the word global, followed by the name of the document that is complaining about. We'll type document, and we end it with an asterisk and then the slash. So that is a comment. If we save that, you can see the error has disappeared, because it's now treating this document as a global object, which means it can be accessed from anywhere within the file. If you notice here, if you're using bracket, you can see here it says everything's okay, no problems found. So this is one place you need to check. If there's any errors or any warnings, it will be highlighted in this area here. You can turn it off. but I don't advise you do that so that you can capture any errors. But if you want to turn it off, go to the View tab, and there's an option that says lint files unsaved. Just uncheck that, but I don't advise you to do that. It's good you see whatever errors is captured so that you learn. Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be walking you through fixing the ESLint warning messages that were generated when we added an image changer to our JavaScript code. So these are the warnings. At the moment, we've got 10 ESLint problems. They're only warnings. Warnings do not prevent the code from working. They're just some warnings in terms of suggestions as to how to properly write your code. So you're basically not happy about the way I've written the code. So let's try and go through them. I've got 10 in total. So I'll start with here. It says line 5, which is here. It's saying expected exactly one space between the function and the parentheses. Okay, between the function and, so it's talking about here. It's telling me I should give a space. All right, so I'll tab. Some people don't like writing functions like that. They like to have the parentheses close to the function. But I'm going to save that and see if that will disappear. I'll click save. Okay, it's happy with that. That has disappeared. So we've got 9 left. So on line 6 here is complaining that I am missing a use strict statement. The strict statement basically helps prevent certain actions from being taken or thrown into error. So it tries to catch some common errors. So let's try and follow what it's complaining about. So line 6, I'm just going to come here and add the strict statement. So the way you do that, you just do single quote and you type in use space strict and you end it with a semicolon. All right, let's see if that solves it. So I'm going to save that. Okay, it's not happy about that. In fact, it's giving me more errors. So I've definitely done something wrong there. It's not happy about. All right, you can see here it's saying that it's expecting me to use this statement at column 5, not column 1. So if you look in my code editor, I've got it on line 6, column 13. So I need to shift it to column 5. So let's try and shift that to column 5. Alternatively, I can move it to a separate line on its own. Let's see if that works. So it's not happy because it's saying he expects it to be at column 5, not column 1. So let me move it to column 5. If you look down here as I'm moving it, it tells you the column. So if I shift it, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's save this, see if it's happy. All right, it's happy about that. So line 6, unexpected space. Okay, he's saying I've got some space. You can see here it says use strict. So there shouldn't be any spaces. So the space is complaining about, you can see where the mouse is, where the cursor is flashing. So I've tabbed to reduce that space. That's basically what's complaining about. So we now have 8 errors. Line 8 is saying expected exactly one space between if and. So line 8, so it expected one space between if here and the parentheses. All right, so that's a if. Let's do a space. Again, not everyone likes writing code this way, but this is what it's suggesting. So let me save that. All right, so it seems to like that. So I've got 7 left. So let's go to the next one. Line 9, expected dog image at column 9, not column 7. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it should be at column 9, not 7. Okay. So let's move it. That's 8. You can see it says 8 there. So if I tab again, that's 9, because it's trying to create a proper indentation. So it's quite useful because it enables you to get into the habit of writing code properly. All right, so we've done to 6. Line 9, unexpected space between set attribute and the parentheses. Line 9, set attribute. Okay, unexpected space. So I'll just tab, reduce by 1. Let's save that. It's happy. 5 more. Missing space between and images. Line 9, between and, all right, between the quotes and the images. Okay, line 9, between the quotes and the images, it wants a space. He's really fussy, this guy. Okay, let's save that, see if he likes that. It does. Okay, we've got 4 more. Line 11 is saying expected this variable to be at column 9, not 7. Okay, so line 11, let's tab. That's 8, 9. Because it makes sense, because it's trying to create proper indentation. If I save that, that's good. We're getting there. 3 left. Hello and welcome to the part 2 of fixing ESLint warnings. So we initially had 10 errors showing up in our ESLint console. We've got it down to 3. So on line 11 is complaining that there is an unexpected space between the set attribute and the parentheses. So this is what it's complaining about. So we just need to tab and reduce the space and then save that. All right, so it's happy with that. Next is saying here missing space between the quotes and the image here. Okay, so it's missing a space between the quotes and the image, so it's expecting a space here. Okay, let's try that and see if it likes that. Click save all. Oh no, it doesn't like it. That's not what it means. Okay, let's try here. Do a space and do a save. Yep, that's what's complaining about. It wanted a space between here and there. So finally got it down to the last warning, line 13. So it's saying it's expecting a semicolon, but instead it's all that. So let's add a semicolon and see if it likes that. So it looks like it is happy with the semicolon. You can see here my console, error console is clean. You can see it says no problem found, good job. So once you see this green tick, it means your code is okay. Linting tools are very useful because they help you become a better programmer. It makes you structure your code in such a way that it's easier to read and understand. So following the warnings that the ESLint provided, you can see that the code is in a much better structure than it was prior to the changes that are made following the advice from the ESLint tool. So anytime you're writing JavaScript code, always look out for the warning errors here, and if there are any, just try as much as possible to just follow the suggestion or what it's complaining about. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much. Bye for now.